Harvey, let's jump into the very first topic. AEW stars have been calling out WWE over the past few weeks. Kenny Omega said at I guess it was a video game convention, I think we're headed on a path where it's like a couple of WrestleManias down the road. The main event's going to be Logan Paul versus Mr. Beast. What is the wrestling acumen? How many miles have they put into it? It's like, does it matter?
All right, I'll put it like this. Kenny, I understand where you're coming from. I think a lot of people took what he said out of context just because the simple fact of the matter is Kenny's telling the truth, right? We are now at this point where here comes a YouTuber or somebody who has an extremely good following. If WWE's become that corporate that the Good Brothers are talking about, where it's just so bad that anybody with a following could come in and put on a match, you're still in spots from people who's been busting their ass.
So it's really weird. I think we're going to be on opposite sides here, and I'm taking actually the WWE side on this because I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's an issue. Like, I agree to an extent with Kenny Omega on what he said, or at least on this first part with Kenny Omega. It was an exaggeration. However, hey, if you can go out and if you can get the eyeballs on a product, why not? Also, Will Ospreay says AEW talent outperforms WWE even on their worst day. I mean, shots fired.
I don't even know how to combat this because he's been at it for a few weeks now. Like every podcast or every talk show he's been a part of, he's jabbing at WWE, and it's like, bro, we understood, man. You made your choice. Proverbially ran from the grind, as Triple H would say. But you said the schedule was better for you. You got to stay where you wanted to stay. Tony accommodates you. Why are you still jabbing at WWE?
I think he's right. I think they're better. I think all around they're better. I even made a system. I tiered it out. AEW men's, AEW women's. I would put my tiers of AEW against anybody's tiers of WWE anytime.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Who are having more success when they leave, when they jump from one company to another company? Is it WWE jumping from AEW? Are they having more success? Or is it AEW stars going to WWE and having more success?
I say even across the board. From what I've seen,
Yeah.
50-50. I've seen WWE guys go over, they win some gold, they're running the division, they're on TV quite a lot, and it's the same thing with the guys over there. Just to name you a few, NXT, Don Spears finally got to hold the title, but Ricky Starks come over. Ricky Starks not holding the title. Ethan Page came over, he holds the title. Alexis King, he held the Heritage Cup. Jay has had tag team gold. I see Penta and Ray Phoenix getting shots to be in pay-per-views. I mean, like Ray Phoenix went to WrestleMania before. His brother had an Intercontinental match, a couple of them. So I think there's success all around. I think the only person who hasn't gotten that shine is Andrade, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Aleister Black is like his feet wet. I don't know what it is. Everyone hates Road Dogg's writing on SmackDown. SmackDown used to be the show to watch. Now it's like a show to just die. Like no one want to watch SmackDown because Road Dogg became head writer. I guess everybody hates his writing style. But to answer your question, I've seen it even because you can tell me all the champions that's over there now. The Hurt Syndicate. Who else hopped over?
Wait, can I interrupt you once? Can I interrupt you? You're missing one big jump from AEW to WWE.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. I mean, he's your poster boy for this.
Absolutely. But I can argue the same that's going on AEW. Who's jumped over from WWE that went over there? Edge TNT champion, right? Hurt Syndicate, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley tag team titles. Saraya, when she came over, won the women's title. Tony Storm won the women's title. I think there's success on all cylinders, but it's the point of where people start falling off.
I like Cody Rhodes a lot, so I watched his stuff. Not everything, but the main stuff. Penta, I love. I watch his stuff. Phoenix, I haven't been as impressed with as Penta. When it comes to Andrade, obviously, there's a disconnect there. When you're talking about your NXT people, Ethan Page, Sean Spears, Ricky Saint. I'm going to give those three. They would all be in the same category for me. Brian Pillman Jr. is on a different, he's really young. But let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and jump into Rusev. Because when it comes to Rusev, does he need a manager or a valet to be the guy?
You put him in a tough spot, but I don't want to waste time here. If we're being realistic, Rusev always shined more when he had a valet or manager. Rusev Day with 80 English, we didn't think it was gonna pop off. When it popped off, it was one of the most amazing things ever. Something about Lana's presence made it made Rusev just stand out like as a monster heel.
Yeah.
But I he needs it because I watched his AEW run. When I got a chance, I did. When he was Miro or the best man or whatever, he was cutting promos himself. And then when he did the TNT Championship run, I thought it was a beautiful run just because he was like, I'm your champion or whatever. Like
The Redeemer.
Yeah, the Redeemer. I forsaken God, and all this other stuff like that. Rusev can talk. I just don't understand why he would need a manager. What was it because?
Yeah, for me, Rusev has to have somebody with him. It does not make sense. He can cut a promo. He can talk on the mic. He can get in the ring and talk. He can get do backstage promos. He can talk, but he's only, and I say he's only been like really over is when he had Lana and we had Aiden English doing Rusev Day. And if I was Rusev right now, he may not want it. He may have too much pride. I would get a valet or a manager really fast.
But do you think it fits his current character though? Character is like the Redeemer right now.
His character is what?
He's literally the Redeemer again.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's going to fade out. Sorry. Like, I hope I'm wrong, but I like Rusev. I enjoy watching him, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'd run it back. Okay. Speaking of AEW, man, they have a lost episode for Collision. Yeah, I haven't even watched Collision from this past Saturday, the 17th of May, because I don't know, somebody dropped the ball, somebody effed up. The last 30 minutes got cut from the live feed. And then they haven't, as of before we started recording or earlier this afternoon, they haven't posted it on Max yet. So I can't watch Collision.
You know who they said did this?
Who did they say do it, man?
The final boss.
Oh man, I saw that. I saw that running around X. Man, they played his movie. Was that for real? They played Black Adam instead. Like the
the good back for all Tony doing the advertising at the airport during WrestleMania weekend, man.
Oh my God. That's wild. That is wild. Speaking of The Rock, The Rock revealed what his stripper name would be. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
On Instagram, he revealed his stripper name. And I've seen this stripper name kind of come up in different iterations. In this one, it's the color of your underwear and the last thing you ate. For The Rock, it was black beef. Harvey, what would be your stripper name based off of those criteria?
Blue spinach dip.
Okay. Blue spinach dip. You got some moldy, you have some moldy, crusty spinach dip stripping going on. Wow. I don't know how many singles you're going to get this weekend, man.
I mean, what would be your stripper name if I'm Blue Spinach?
Yeah. I mean, mine's the gray souffle. I don't know what to tell you, man. I never have souffles either, but souffle was the dish of the day.
Gray souffle sound. It sounds cold though. Like
Comes out.
That's a cold name, a cold stripper name.
Yeah, man. Wow. We didn't talk about Backlash at all. We didn't get into any of that last week. We weren't able to record. Let's talk about Backlash and kind of recap. What was the major thing that happened at Backlash?
The major thing that happened at Backlash was that John Cena proved all these people wrong. They didn't think he would have a good match against Randy Orton. That match was so beautiful, man. Only to be ruined by, and everybody on X agrees that R-Truth outside interference ruined this beautiful match that they had going.
4 of the 5 matches of Backlash had outside interference. Is that, as we're comparing AEW and WWE and stories versus wrestling, is that what WWE is?
Man, that's what it's been for the last 5 years, if you want to be realistic.
Wow, 80% of the matches, and 3 were affected. Like the outcome was affected. The other one, Pat McAfee still lost, even though Michael Cole interfered.
These are storyline builders, though. I think the outside interference had purpose. These weren't like one-off outside interferences, or it led to nothing. So let me answer your question, right? The first
Wait,
match outside interference.
can I stop you real fast? And please don't forget your questions. This is a pay-per-view. This is like, I mean, I can understand 20-25% being, we're continuing, maybe, I mean, let's say 50%. I can say, I'll even give you 50%. Up to 50% can continue in a storyline. But come on, man. Seriously, 80% of the matches.
How else do you progress the storyline and protect your top stars, though? Right? Because we have.
They can't lose. They can't lose to be protected. You can't figure that out.
Hey, they say Triple H burnt out right now, man. I don't know, man.
Okay, sorry. What were you? Okay, you had a line of questions. Talk to me.
I was just gonna answer your questions in entirety, right? We're progressing the storyline. I mean, is there other ways to do it? Maybe so, but all right. We already knew. We heard the dirt sheets. We heard the rumors. Jeff Cobb was on his way. You have some of your biggest names in your first match. You got Jacob, you got Drew, you got LA Knight, and you got Damian Priest. We already knew they was gonna drop Drew and Damian off so they can get another match, right? So their fight led to something. Now it's like LA Knight has all this star power, and then you don't want him to lose clean, but also in the sense you got to make sure that Jacob is strong. So does this story progress between the tension between Solo and Jacob? That's where we at now. While protecting everybody else, I can accept the first match.
Okay.
Third match of the show, because the second one didn't have interference. Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. As you know, I don't know why it's dragging out. I'm not booking this. This Judgment Day tension. You can see Finn staring in the back of this man's head, staring at his soul. He wanna hurt. He wanna cause Dom the title so bad. Something is always happening. It's like, yo, it writes itself. It's Judgment Day. Dominic in a match. There has not been a match that Judgment Day did not get interfered, has not interfered, or they get thrown out. They're gonna find a way to get involved in a match. I can agree to that. Now, Gunther and Pat McAfee, fourth match. Do you call Michael Cole helping really like an interference?
Well, Pat McAfee lost, so it didn't affect the outcome, but it was outside interference.
And my last thought, and then I'll let you go. The main event. I don't know why. This was such a perfect, beautiful match. John Cena proved everybody wrong. Randy Orton proved everybody wrong. That age ain't nothing but a number, because they still put on a good match that we would have seen 10 years ago. That let me know John Cena got a lot left in the tank, as Mark Henry would say. And how did the match? R-Truth coming in to say his childhood hero takes the RKO, costing the match, and he always going crazy. He's RKOing everybody. He's ready to punch John Cena in the head. I swear there was like 7 RKOs that happened in that match. That's how you ruin a perfect match. I agree to disagree. It could have been at least 50% of the matches, but 4 out of the 5, so 80%. It wasn't a good night.
Wait, you do agree with me to a point, or no?
As a WWE fan, I am just completely sick because I had to watch cousin after cousin after cousin after cousin for 5 years. I don't want to see another interference. I'd rather somebody get hit by a car.
Wow. Wow, that's a pretty extreme there. You want the Steve Austin to come back down with his quad and run somebody over?
Yeah,
like he did at WrestleMania.
I run somebody over. I need a different type of interference.
Okay, next time somebody interferes, call up Stone Cold.
I did it for the Rock. For the people. So
with all of the run-ins on WWE, and AEW is not like without, but they typically have clean finishes. Guys can lose in AEW. Guys don't mind putting over other people, and if they do have a problem with putting over other people, they end up back in WWE.
Take your shots.
I would say this, going back through, The one that stood out when you were talking about Judgment Day, it wasn't even Judgment Day that cost Penta the title. It was Chad Gable, or El Grande Americano.
How could I forget this guy running around
He
with him?
It wasn't even Judgment Day. It was somebody that where is he at in the whole story? You don't have to tell me right now. I'm just asking just to ask. But where is he even at in that whole story? Because as somebody who watches very little, that was confusing. That was extremely confusing for me. The other thing is that I would have to say is when it comes to certain main events, even on AEW pay-per-view events, the first 15, 20 minutes of the match are less intriguing for me if I know or I really feel strongly that there's going to be outside interference. Like sometimes it takes it away from me because I just like, well, why am I watching this? Like, let me just go ahead and get to the part where the people come and interfere. A fan, Harvey, tried to kiss Saraya at a signing event, according to Saraya, like, but not just like a kiss on the cheek. Like, fan went straight for the lips.
Like, this is Saraya we're talking about. I mean, I think she's single now, but even if, like, this is unwanted, like, why are you at an autograph session? You like, damn, I probably paid like $300 to see her. I'm gonna get me a kiss. How does that run through your brain?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Where did that person have the relationship go further in their head than what, like, I mean, were they completely in fantasy world? Was it a challenge, a dare that somebody like their idiot friend dared them to do that? Like, that's the only two logical things. Either they were further along in the relationship in their head, which, like there was no relationship, um, or their friend. Somebody just said you got to try to kiss her. Have you ever had a kiss that you tried to initiate go bad?
I had a few, but if I had to name one that was like really, really bad, ooh, I hope she never sees this podcast.
Oh, okay.
So,
Bring it, man. Bring it.
I would say, what is it? 2018, 2019. I'm working as public safety. That was this girl, that used to hand me my equipment. She was always mean to everybody. But for some reason, she took a liking to me. It was a person on the shift's birthday. We're at this club. She had a couple drinks. She was a little tipsy. I come in the club, show my face, and a song came on, and she started dancing on me. And then everybody was looking like, right? You might want to go with that. So we start walking to our car. So she was just talking, and then she just went in a kiss for me. The kiss, it just wasn't it. It tasted like honey mustard, bro. Like I had a, I had a, I had.
Hey, if you said it tasted like blue spinach dip, I would have been
It,
tasted like blue spinach dip. Like, okay, wow.
tasted like but yeah, it was like this honey mustard, like tank kiss, and I was just like, ooh. I was like, either it was the beer, the food we ate, or whatever it was, the kiss turned out bad. That was probably like me worst kissing history, huh?
I'll tell you what, man, you can't, well, when you're getting into this kind of stuff, you can never eat too much before. Like, you just, no, you can't drink too much, like at all. Like, no, I mean, I prefer not to drink at all. Just, no, none of that. And then, because you don't know what's coming out. Like, it's just, it messes things up, you know?
But what about you, Peter? Have you ever kissed and it turned out bad?
Well, not really. No, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I haven't ever done that. Like, I've had a woman kiss me before that I was taken by surprise, man. Like in my younger, thinner, more fit days, I was working at the hotel in downtown Mobile, Alabama, and this couple came in, they checked in, I helped them out, get to their room. I don't know, an hour later, the chick comes back down. This is a young couple, right? Chick comes back down. She said, man, I lost my wallet. Like, I can't find it. Can you help me? And I'm like, sure. Like, let's retrace your steps. So I was like, she was like, I came through here. We checked in, got, the car was there. So we went all the way to basically to where the car was parked. And she was looking in the front seat. I opened the back seat. Wallet's right in the middle of the back seat, Harvey. Like right in the middle. And I said, is this it? Like, there's no way this is it. I was like, I pulled it out. Is this it? She's like, yeah, that's it. She jumps on me, like, straddles me, dude. And she kisses me right on the lips. And I'm like, whoa, wow. Then she says her boyfriend's going to be out of town all weekend on some business stuff if I wanted to hang out. I was like, wow, okay, we're moving fast, yo. I don't know if good or bad. I was going out of town the weekend myself, so I never really got to, follow through with anything. It seemed very unreal. It seemed scammy, honestly, but it happened.
Probably tried to rob you, man. You know that's how they set you up out here, man.
Something wasn't. I mean, I wasn't that bad looking. I'll be honest with you. Like I could see that, the sexual harassment was warranted for me. But it did see anytime somebody when chicks hit on you, man, there's something's off. When they're that forward, something's off. I'm not gonna go that too far on this, but like it's very unnatural.
I'll put it like this.
Unless you're like a big celebrity, right? Maybe.
Yeah, like for men, we got it's more of a you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? We don't get compliments every day. We don't get approached like that. So when something like that happens, there's a light bulb that goes off in our head and we're like, this gotta be some dangerous. And listen, it's hard for me to say compliments, but that compliment lasts me the whole year, man. They said men are easy.
Yo, I gotta do a lot of self-deprecation when somebody gives me a compliment. I'm like, oh, come on. My ego's too big. Harvey, let's jump into Hurt Syndicate MJF storyline. So it almost came to a head this past. I thought it was like we're locked in. But MJF, he got 3 thumbs up. He finally got the thumbs up from Bobby Lashley, and it looks like he's going to join the Hurt Syndicate, or is he? The attorney's got to sign off on it. What do you think?
We hurt people. Hey, listen, that song is fire. I think he doesn't join. 2 things. My thought process. If I know AEW, either we're gonna have a debuting Cedric Alexander take out MJF and complete the form of the original Hurt Syndicate, Hurt Business, or MJF turns on the Hurt Syndicate for taking so long to include him in it, and then the Pinnacle comes back. It's him. I guess Wardlow comes out of somewhere and beats up Bobby Lashley. It's him and FTR, maybe another member.
Yeah. Yeah. I am feeling more of MJF is going to. Yeah, I think he's going to do something with somebody else. Wardlow makes a lot of sense in terms of, seeing Wardlow, Bobby Lashley, like that seems really good.
Gotta get me to tune in.
That seems really good. Bobby Lashley can really help Wardlow. I think Wardlow needs a Bobby Lashley. Yeah. Okay, I see that. I do. Good stuff, man. You feel good?
I feel great.